New business, residential site readiness. Site readiness for the installation of gas and/or electric facilities and services is essential for an efficient and compliant installation process. Compliance with the National Electric Codes and Standards, as well as maintaining the federal and Indiana minimum pipeline safety regulations, is a critical component to site readiness. This is referring to both new development facilities and customer services. Now, we will go into further detail on NIPSCO's development process, which will be followed up with the services installation overview. The utility easements and route must be sufficiently drained, compacted, not part of a retention or detention area, and the grade cannot exceed a 5-1 slope. The utility easement and route must be free of trees, brush, spoils, construction debris, and any other obstruction including snow. An 8-foot wide path must be maintained. It is preferred that all non-NIPSCO facilities, such as water and sewer, which are to be at a depth below 54 inches, have been installed. All non-NIPSCO facilities that are at a depth above 54 inches shall not be installed prior to NIPSCO facilities, except with the express written consent of NIPSCO. Customers or designated customer contractors are responsible for moving any facilities if the move is necessary for the installation of NIPSCO facilities and shall incur all costs associated. The utility easement, lot lines, curbs, and sidewalks, if applicable, must be staked. Final grade is to be established within 6 inches in the area where NIPSCO facilities will be installed. All facilities that are not part of the one-call locate system 811 must be located and marked by the customer or contractor. This includes all public and private mechanical or electrical facilities. Once all site readiness tasks have been completed, infrastructure is ready to be installed. The customer or contractor will be financially responsible for any expenditure incurred by NIPSCO to modify its facilities due to customer or contractor's actions. This financial responsibility is non-reimbursable, including any redesign or grade changes. This concludes the development portion of the video. We will now review NIPSCO's service installation process. This video will outline the specifications that apply to the installation of gas and/or electric services by NIPSCO. Prior to the installation of gas and/or electric services, the following items must be completed. It is preferred that all non-NIPSCO facilities, such as water and sewer, which are to be at a depth below 54 inches, have been installed. All non-NIPSCO facilities that are at a depth above 54 inches shall not be installed prior to NIPSCO facilities, except with the express written consent of NIPSCO. Customers or designated customer contractors are responsible for moving any facilities if the move is necessary for the installation of NIPSCO facilities and shall incur all costs associated. The service path must be sufficiently drained, compacted, not part of a retention or detention area, and the grade cannot exceed a 5-1 slope. The service path must be free of trees, brush, spoils, construction debris, and any other obstruction, including snow. An 8-foot wide clear path must be maintained from the easement to the meter location. Residential electric and gas meters should both be located on the same side of the home within the front 1/3 of the structure. The purpose of this is to aid meter reading, testing, and service, and aid emergency response in the event of a fire or some other hazardous condition. For residential new construction and conversion gas service, a fuel line must be stubbed to the outside, or a riser bracket, compliant with NIPSCO standards, must be installed to confirm service location prior to installation of the service line to the building. Gas meter locations must comply with all NIPSCO requirements. All facilities that are not part of the one-call locate system 811 must be located and marked by the customer or contractor. This includes all public and private mechanical or electrical facilities. The regulator vent terminal must be installed to maintain a minimum clearance of 3 feet radial separation from any door, window, and gravity air opening into a building or rotating electrical equipment. Electric meters, outlets, switches, and disconnects should be installed to maintain the 3-foot radial separation. However, if it is not practical to maintain a 3-foot separation, they may be installed with nothing less than a 1-foot radial separation from the regulator vent terminal. The regulator vent terminal must not be installed beneath the first floor air opening into a building or any other rotating electrical equipment on any floor. Electric meter locations must comply with all NIPSCO safety requirements. The riser conduit shall be installed in the left or right knockout and shall be a rigid steel or Schedule 80 PVC. The meter must be mounted with the top of the face at 5 foot from the final grade. Pedestal style meter sockets must be mounted from 3 to 5 feet from the final grade. The riser conduit must be set at a minimum of 18 inches below the final grade. A minimum distance of 24 inches must be kept between the riser conduit and the ground. All connections must be made with an insulated bushing. All grounding must meet or exceed the Indiana Electric Code IEC and the National Electric Code NEC, and run to a neutral conductor per that code. The meter box, conduit, and associated hardware shall be provided and installed by the customer or contractor. A means for service disconnection must also be provided and installed. It is the customer or contractor's responsibility to ensure that all required inspections have been completed successfully and reviewed by NIPSCO. Once all site readiness tasks have been completed, service is ready to be installed. The customer or contractor shall reimburse NIPSCO for all costs associated with the relocation or redesign of gas and/or electric facilities deemed necessary due to the alterations to the final grade after NIPSCO facilities have been installed, or if there is a failure to meet the outlined stated site preparation specifications. It is the customer or contractor's responsibility to ensure that the final grade is to be maintained. The customer or contractor will be financially responsible for any expenditure incurred by NIPSCO to modify its facilities due to the customer or contractor's actions. This financial responsibility is non-reimbursable. This concludes the site readiness video for development facilities and service installation. For questions, please contact NIPSCO New Business at 1-844-809-8921. For a full list of requirements, please refer to our site readiness policy found on our website.